Prejudice, a preconceived opinion not based on reason or actual experience. This is something that Desiree Winns has struggled with understanding her whole life, and she will be our next speaker for tonight with a talk about dealing with prejudice.
Before I moved to Germany, I lived in Collierville, Tennessee, a small town that barely dented the map next to the city of Memphis, 20 miles away. The kids I knew in Collierville were like the fourth or fifth generation in their families to be born, raised, and doomed to die all in that exact same place. To them, the country of Canada was basically another dimension. So when I told them I was moving to Germany, of all places, they figured I was falling off the edge of the earth. So my friends got together and decided to throw me a farewell forever party at my friend's house. Let's call her Brittany, 2 days before I was to, quote unquote, get on a plane, fly to the other side of the planet, and never be seen again. Before my family would fly to the edge of the earth, my parents dropped me off at the edge of the town's limits where Brittany lived. I go inside, and of course, being a party, I'm counting out a bunch of snacks and food. And there is, but it's the strangest table of party snacks I've ever seen. There's like 12 plates full of Oreos. You know those chocolate sandwich cookies with the cream in the middle? Yeah, they're stacked into a pile on every plate. Brittany sees my confusion and she says in this excited voice, "Do you get it?" "No." "They're Oreos," she says, "for our favorite Oreo." And all of a sudden, everyone's jumping up and down, laughing their lipstick off. And I'm standing there with this dumbfounded look like I just missed the joke. Brittany sees me staring, and she shows me this definition on Urban Dictionary. Oreo, black on the outside, white on the inside. And that's what we love about you, Des. You're not like other black people. You're not like ghetto or a complete gangster. You're like normal. I wasn't exactly sure what to make of this. I didn't know I was an Oreo. Was this a compliment? An insult? I wasn't sure. You know how after an argument, when you go home to reflect and you think of about 1,000 things you should have said? I did this the entire 9-hour flight to Amsterdam. In my head, I relived the party about 1,000 times, and for each of those 1,000 times, I had a different explanation for why their claims of me being the whitest black person they knew were wrong. Some arguments weren't as polite as others, but they all circled around to the same backlash question. Well, what is being black, Desiree? I realized I didn't know what being black was. It was obvious they had their definition, how they'd put it, like ghetto or a complete gangster, and I knew that was wrong, so how could I not know what it truly was? So was I defying nature in some way by getting good grades and speaking confidently and loving to write and being black all at the same time? I mean, I'd been raised under the assumption that I was black. I was perfectly fine with picking the brown crayon when we drew ourselves in kindergarten. My entire lineage is composed of black people who never thought they were born in the wrong skin. So was there something wrong with me then? If I wasn't black enough for my friends, then surely I wasn't black enough for my family or my heritage. I realized that just like these friends of mine had been stuck in the same town for most of their lives, their mindsets had suffered the same boxed-in thinking. To them, black and white were two completely different categories in which only certain characteristics made sense. They had categorized me according to standards that had never seen outside the box. To be black or white or Hispanic or Asian or whatever race is to be human. The true test of humanity is being able to see these differences and appreciate them for what they are, unique. I realized that people who ridicule, tease, judge, or hate for something so ironically skin deep really aren't worth 1,000 dumbed-down explanations. Our skin colors, races, ethnicities, and genders are what we are, but they're often mistaken for who we are. My name is Desiree Winns. I was born in Japan on July 18th, 2000. I love to play chess. My favorite TV shows are Breaking Bad and Monk. When I was 14, I became a published author with an essay that won a competition in my state, and you can actually find it in the American Library of Congress. My favorite movies are Back to the Future, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Artist, and Citizen Kane. I want to be a screenwriter when I get older, but to some people, I may not look the part. What do you think?